Jack's back, and I got another surprise for you. You know, bread is something that everybody likes. I love bread. Bread used to be good for you back in the days when they made it from the real ingredients, but 99% of the breads that you buy today are not good for you. Stripped them of all the fiber, the bran, the wheat germ, the vitamin E. It's hard on your heart. Bread used to be good for your heart, and if you're making homemade bread, then it's still good for your heart. But the breads that you buy today, unless you're getting sprouted, really good grainy bread, they're not good for you. So what I like to do, and I learned this on YouTube actually, I learned how to make flax crackers. The recipe is really simple. You soak flax seeds overnight, and one of the guys on YouTube said that if you don't grind them, they're crunchy, and if you grind them, they're kind of like bread. And he said he likes to mix them 50-50. And I do too. That's what I've done. I've only done this 2 times. This will be my 3rd time. But the last batch was awesome. The first batch was good too. I made veggie crackers with a little sea salt and dried, well, they're dehydrated once you put the ingredients in there, some tomatoes and some zucchini. And but the one thing that I found out the first time was it dries up really small, and so they were really thin, like wafers. So the second time, the last time I did them, I made them as thick as I could get them because I knew they were going to shrivel up, and they were just nice. And my favorite ones were the fruit ones, and that's what we're going to make today. So come on over here, check out my new dehydrator. Okay, this is a small one. It's an Excalibur, which is a good brand, I was told. And it only has 4 trays. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they also come with these sheets. You take off this rubber band, and these are non-stick sheets. So these are what we're going to use for the crackers. These mesh, these are for fruit and nuts and stuff to dehydrate. So let's go. Now, I'm not really, the guy didn't show me measurements when I learned it. He just said you put in a certain amount of flax seeds and make sure you put in enough water that it absorbs all the water. Well, the first time I did it, came out perfect. It came out like a thick consistency soup, kind of a gelatin. And today it came out a little bit too watery, which is okay. All you do is pour off that little bit of water and then it's perfect. So I'll show you how to do that right now. See how there's just a little bit of water in there? We're just going to pour that water off. Just lose a few seeds. But we want to get down to where it's just nice. There you go. That's how you want it. So when you put a fork in it, it's really pretty thick. So we're going to mix that one with this ground up flaxseed. This is a flaxseed that's already ground up. This has a little bit of extra water on it too, so let's pour off just a little bit of that water. There you go. Check the consistency of this. Yeah, see how thick that is? That's how you want it to be. So now we're just going to take and we're going to mix a bunch of things into this. We're going to start off with raisins, soaked raisins, sunflower seeds, soaked and then rinsed. I've got some mesquite powder made from the mesquite pods. This is like a white, someone told me it's a white carob kind of. And then this one is yukon powder. This one is a root that they chew down in South America. It's really good for your bones. It's really good for your friendly intestinal flora. And then there's a little organic cinnamon. But I do know that for my sheets, if I fill up this bowl, so I'm going to make up 4 of these bowls, 1 bowl for each sheet. I'm just going to mix all the ingredients into one of these bowls, fill them up, and pour it onto that sheet. And that's going to be the perfect size for my thick crackers. And it takes about a day and a half, almost, it takes a couple days to dry them at a low heat, no more than 105 degrees heat. and then I do it for about a day. Then if it's dry enough, I scrape them out and flip them over the other side and flip the other side. And then when they're done, they're just kind of flexible, and I cut them into sheets, and they're really good. So here we go, let's go. Okay, with a spoon or a fork, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna mix up equal parts of this. I'm gonna try and get 4 batches, so I'm gonna try and do it in 4s. There's the ground up soaked flax seeds. And here's the just soaked flax seeds. Okay, that's for that batch. So I mix those 2 together. Okay, now here's the fruit we're going to put in there. I've got a half of a pear. I'm going to cut these up into pieces so they fit in my little food chopper. You could probably put these in a food processor or a blender, but I've just been putting them in my little food chopper. So cut those up, 3/4 of an apple, 1 banana, and some pear. And you just put this, it's got these cutters on here. I bought this online. It's a really good one. And just voila. Okay, we'll stir this together. Put some cinnamon in there. Put a little sweetener, a little yukon powder. And a little mesquite. And this will also thicken it up because these are dry. You can buy yukon syrup too. I think it's a little bit more expensive. Alright, that's starting to look good. I do want to put some raisins in here and some nuts. And some raisins. And a couple of sunflower seeds. Put the lid on there. Okay, there's our non-stick paper tray, and we're just gonna pour this on here. Beautiful. Let's go. Okay, so this is our first one. We'll put it in the top shelf. We'll close the door. They bend a little bit moist still, thick. They are delicious and so good for you. High in protein, high in fiber, rich in minerals. They are a dehydrated food, so make sure you drink plenty of water. Not so much with them as after them and before them, but fantastic. And drink water with them too. But that's how we do it. So tear them up, have a good time. It's just mix and mash, put what you like in there, and I think you're really going to enjoy these. All right, bless you. Bye.